Rentia is a very well-known artist. If you follow Rentia on her social media, you'll see that she's constantly putting out the most amazing artworks in various mediums and various styles. Almost every painting is better than the last painting. It's quite amazing the quality of your work that you push out.
Thank you so much.
Tell us a bit about how you started and your influences and what do you do? Do you teach? Do you actually paint? Tell us a bit about that.
Thanks, Graham. I started about 15 years ago. My kids left my home, all grown up and ready for the big world. And we used to do a lot of horse riding. I was a long distance rider, endurance rider. And I felt I needed a change. And the fact that we moved to Bethlehem in the Free State gave me the opportunity to go for art classes in Clarence. And I met up with Ruth Walter. And she had a huge influence on my art. She taught me a lot. I learned so much from her, and she was a very patient teacher. And the fact that there were so many galleries willing to exhibit my work also helped my art career a lot. And I started from nothing. I knew nothing. I never had art at school, but I used to do a lot of embroidery and hardanger work and quilting. I used to quilt a lot. So that also helped with composition and color and balance. And I actually love the colors and the patterns more than the actual sewing bit. But so that's how I started. And I think I'm very passionate about art, and I love to art. So that's what I do. That's every day when I wake up, I think, what am I going to do today? And a day without art is like a day wasted for me, which is really, because we have a farm as well. I have to try and balance myself. But that's how I started. And I used to teach a lot. I used to teach in Namibia, in neighboring countries. But it's difficult for me to be away from home long stretches, 10 days, 14 days. So I actually stopped that. And now I'm here at home and I paint. That's what I do. But I used to have the group on Facebook as well.
The group that you're talking about was Art Challenge with Rentia. You started that group?
Yes, I did.
So what was the purpose of the group, and when did you start it, and tell us about how the group grew?
I think the group started about 7 years ago or 6 years ago. And I started the group because we were a small group of artists, and we just decided, let's paint together. Why don't we socialize on Facebook? We've got the platform. And I started the group, and we had a new challenge every week. So every Friday, we either painted a bird in acrylics or we did a portrait in charcoal. And it was wonderful. And it just exploded. There was so much interest, and, just giving positive criticism, complimenting other artists. Some of them just never get any exposure when they do art. So that was great, and that was just a way of connecting on Facebook, yes, on social media.
We Art Canvas Factory joined up on your group as well, and then we started sponsoring prizes and so forth, and we networked amazingly on the group, and we saw so many artists, and over the period that we were involved, what was amazing, in the beginning, you weren't sure of the artists and that, but eventually the regulars. And the progress that the regulars were making through the group was it's unbelievable. And that group was what I think was very good for the community. It's still running, but somebody else is running it now.
It was really good, Graham. And the fact that you sponsored prizes, that actually gave it a huge boost, and it gave excellent exposure to your product.
Yes,
and
yes.
Everyone appreciated it. And we had interviews with all the winners every now and then.
Yes.
So
yes.
It's just exposure. It's just getting yourself out there and, giving people access to your artwork.
Getting involved in the community, I think, is so important, especially for a brand. And that's what we wanted to do. We've always wanted to be part of the community. And, this is kind of why we started up this interviews again, is we want to start connecting with, especially customers and artists that we've been involved with such a long time. You've been using our canvases since 2019 now, if I'm not mistaken?
Yes, since I met you. Yes, Graham.
What's your experience been on the canvases? What mediums have you been doing on the canvases?
Mainly, I'll say mainly oils, but you've actually given me a few testers. So I've tried pastel, which worked beautifully. I really enjoyed that. I can't wait for those canvases to come available.
Yes.
And then I actually ordered a watercolor canvas from you now, a big one. So I'm very excited to try watercolor on it as well.
Yes.
But it's actually suited for any medium, and even the charcoal. I did a charcoal, and it came out beautifully. So, and your canvases are very versatile, you know, and what I really like is if I order and I pay, within a week it's in your house, you know, it's home. You've got it, you can start working. So it's just the service is excellent.
Your oils that you do on the canvas, do you prep your canvases before, or do you just paint directly onto the canvases?
No, I don't prep. The quality is so good that you don't have to prep. And what I really like is the fact that the underlayers dry very fast.
Okay.
So because I'm a quick, fast painter, I don't wait. I don't give 2-3 days or 6 days or a week for it. I'm actually doing a course at the moment, and I'm supposed to let the layers dry. So I'm really applying myself, holding myself back. But yeah, the fact that it dries quickly is an absolute plus for me. So no, I don't prep. What I would do is I would texturize the canvas. So I'll put a gesso layer if I want some texture.
Yes.
But most of the time I just paint.
Because the canvases are so versatile, have you found that you are able to try different things and experiment from just where you would normally go? Have you been able to do something else?
I have, Graham, and it gives you because it's such a high quality, it gives you the confidence to experiment. So I would start with charcoal, and then I would either put turpentine over the charcoal to get a nice wash, grey washes, or I would seal the charcoal, and I would actually just use hairspray to seal it, because I mean it's just an underlayer, and then you start painting on top of that. So, and I'll do translucent layers. It looks like watercolor, you know, when you thin it, or you just do thick impasto work. So impasto work also works great. So I experiment. I can use oil sticks, acrylic. I do paintings in acrylic. Just any medium. It's and even the acrylic inks. You can actually work with acrylic inks on those on them as well. So I'm very happy. Everything works on it for me.
Talking about the inks, one of the challenges we had on our challenge with Rentia, we used the Quink and Jig challenge.
Quink ink, yes.
Yes, and I mean those entries over there. Did you do that challenge on the canvas?
I did it on a canvas. You use the Quink ink, and then you remember you put the bleach.
Yes.
Bleach and the Quink ink, yes, and it was perfect. It absorbs the ink, and then when you put the jig over it, then it makes those lovely colors and just together very well. Yes,
that was an amazing challenge. That was very nice. What do you think your 5 minutes of fame are?
I think my group, our challenge with Rentia it's still a big thing for me, and it was just wonderful having that exposure and that socializing with. And then of course I won an international competition with one of my paintings. It was on Daily Paintworks. I did a painting of my husband. He's a farmer, and it was a 1 meter by 800 oil portrait.
Yes.
And it was in first place, so I got $500, which was a lot of money for me. And that's really something I'll always remember. And just every painting that I do, that's a success, is 5 minutes of fame for me. So my art.
No, well, I love looking at your paintings every day when they come out.
Thanks, Greg.
Any words of wisdom for new artists, fans of your art, or people just starting out?
You know what, Graham? It's a very difficult business to be in, and it's very despondent if you don't sell. I must say, sales at the moment is really not great, but keep at it. And one of the old masters said, if you hear that voice in your head that says you can't paint, just keep on painting, and that voice will be silenced. And that's the thing, is it's like anything else in life. You can't always be the best. You can't always have successes, but you have to apply yourself.
Yes.
You have to believe in yourself, and you have to keep learning. You are never at the
Yes.
top at the peak. You have to learn, you have to experiment. And what I would say is that buy the best that you can afford.
Yeah, for
Good
sure.
canvases, good quality canvases, good paint. Stay away from paint that's got lots of filler in it, because your paintings will show. It will definitely show. And buy the best brushes you can afford.
Where's the best place to follow you? On your Instagram, on your Facebook?
I think my Facebook is my active marketing space. I do have Instagram, but I don't post that often. I had a website which just doesn't work for me. It's just extra admin for me. So my Facebook page is where I post all my work.
And you sell your art off your Facebook page?
Yes, I do, Graham. And I get my commissions from there. And there's galleries in South Africa that buy my work and then they sell it.
So if people in the UK would like to buy some of your art, they can contact you directly through your Facebook page?
Yes, Graham. I have PayPal, and it's expensive to send overseas. That's the only thing. But you know, if your artwork, the quality is good and there's interest, then you just quote on a courier, and they pay via PayPal, which is really very safe.
Yes.
And then you just send the artwork, and it's 2 to 3 weeks, and the artwork is there. So it works.
Tell us about this picture. What's going on? What's going on over here?
That is our sugar beans. My husband is an irrigation farmer, and we live next to the Crocodile River in Tabazimbi, Limpopo,
Yes.
South Africa. And we cycle, we do mountain biking. So this was me on my mountain bike. So I try to ride at least 2 or 3 times a week. But I've also started boxing at our local gym, so which is great. The moment you get oxygen to your brain, you are really more creative, and you're positive about your art, and you do need that, just getting away from the house, getting away from the easel.
Yes.
And that's just me on my bike. Yes.
You get a lot of inspiration from your farm for your artwork?
I do. We've got sunflowers at the moment, so I'm definitely planning on doing a series of sunflowers. And I've got Orpington chickens. I've got a coop with chickens, and I photograph them often, so I also paint them. And then just the sunsets and the sunrises. We've got 2 dams on the farm. We've got the river with beautiful, when the trees go into autumn, it's just beautiful to paint. So yes, I'm very, very blessed to have the farmer's inspiration.
Thank you for the amazing chat, Rentia. I will post all your social media links up, and people can follow you. And I'm sure you're going to hopefully get a whole bunch of new fans.
Thank you so much, Graham. So nice to chat to you.